In progress.
Okay. Wanted to discuss tonight regard to the mitzvah of eating in the sukkah. There is a biblical mitzvah to dwell in the sukkah. The way we do that is by having our meals there. Some people will sleep in the sukkah. Most of us are not comfortable doing that, but we eat in the sukkah. What happens if it's raining? In the Torah, it says that sukkahs teishvu, shivas yomim. In the sukkah, we should dwell for 7 days. The Talmud says, what does it mean we should dwell? What does it mean? You should eat the sukkah, live in the sukkah, be in the sukkah, coming to teach us that we should dwell in the sukkah as we would dwell in our own homes. And if in our own homes, there would be a leak, water would be coming in the dining room, the kitchen, we wouldn't stay there. You don't see, you go into a different room, you go somewhere else, you leave the house if you have to. So therefore, during Sukkot, if it's raining, we're not obligated whatsoever to eat in the sukkah. With one exception. That one exception is the first night. First night, which is biblical mitzvah. Actually, they're all biblical mitzvahs to eat in the sukkah during the 7 days, the whole yom of sukkahs. But the first night, we learn that there is an obligation, not just a mitzvah, but there is an obligation. Now, what that means is that, let's say you don't want to have a meal on Cholamoid. You don't want to have a meal on Cholamoid. All you want to have is a cup of coffee and some scrambled eggs. That's not a meal. You don't have to eat that in the sukkah. And if that's all you're going to eat during the whole Cholamoid, you don't have to be in the sukkah. But the first night of Sukkot, we can't say, oh, I'll just have coffee and eggs or whatever. We have an obligation to eat a bona fide meal. We wash, make a motzi in the sukkah. Now, according to some Rishonim, if it's raining the first night, so then you wouldn't dwell in your house if it's raining. You don't have to dwell in the sukkah. But other Rishonim disagree. They say that this, of which we say that the dwelling in a sukkah is similar to dwelling in the house, is for all the other days of sukkahs, not the first night. Because the first night there is a different derivation, in which the Torah says that Sukkot is on the 15th of the month, and we find that Pesach, it mentions a few times, is on the 15th of the month. Just like Pesach, there is an obligation of which is inescapable, that we have to eat matzah no matter what the circumstances. Here too, we must eat in the sukkah no matter what the circumstances. According to these Rishonim, if it's storming, we have to eat in the sukkah. Now we'll see how much you have to eat, what we have to do. So we have a disagreement amongst Rishonim as to how we should paskin over here, what the halacha is if it's raining the first night. So some Rishonim paskin this way, some paskin paskin the other way. What do we do? So if indeed it's raining the first night, we have to Hashem, it won't be raining. If it's raining the first night and it's coming in and it's can't sit there, the water's dripping on you, it's dripping into your food. So we should do as follows. We should wait at least an hour. Wait an hour. This way, maybe the rain will subside, we can dry things off, and then we can go in and we can fulfill the biblical mitzvah of eating the sukkah according to all opinions. Some will say wait 2 hours, but they say wait an hour. Let's say we wait an hour, it's still raining. So in that case, we make kiddush in the house, and we say Shehechiyanu, because the brach of Shehechiyanu is referring to the yontif, but obviously we don't say Leishei B'sukkah if you're eating in your home. That we don't do. Okay? So this way we will, we want to make, let's see, what did I say? We want to make kiddush with something. Okay, so hold on. Sorry, let me back up. Using the first night and second. If it's raining and we wait an hour the first night and it's still raining, on the contrary, we should go and make kiddush in the sukkah. Make kiddush in the sukkah without leishei b'sukkah. because according to many, we're not obligated to eat in the sukkah when it's raining. So you can't say the bracha might be a bracha levatala. So we'll wait an hour, it's still raining, we make kiddush in the sukkah. Women don't have to go into the sukkah. Women biblically aren't obligated at all. Even rabbinically, they're not obligated. They can stay in the house and they can hear the kiddush. We make kiddush in the sukkah, and then we wash, we make kamaitzi, and we eat a kazayas. A kazayas is approximately one slice in the sukkah. Don't say leisha b'sukkah. We come inside and we finish the meal. Once you come inside and you're eating inside, even if it stops raining, you're really not obligated to go out. However, you want to say the bracha of leisha b'sukkah, so then you can go out and eat at least another slice, full slice of bread. Now you can say leisha b'sukkah. Okay? So the first night, it's raining, you wait an hour. Might want to make longer, but you wait an hour. You make kiddush in the sukkah without leisha b'sukkah. You make hamotzi in the sukkah and eat a kazayas. Then you come back into the house. Okay? No, you should make, they can't wait, huh? That they should eat beforehand, especially the little children. Let them eat something beforehand. Let your wife make kiddush herself. Let her make kiddush herself. You have to make kiddush in the sukkah. Okay? Yeah, just some notes I wanted to get it organized. What about the second night? Second night is rabbinic. So does the rabbinic yontif of the second night share the same stringency? So again, we have an issue over here. But here they say that what we should do is we should make kiddush and shehechiyanu the second night in the house. Again, wait an hour if you can. Some say you don't have to wait at all the second. Some will say wait an hour, wait a half an hour. Didn't stop raining. Second night, you make kiddush with shehechiyanu in the house, not in the sukkah, in the house. And you can eat your meal. What they say you should do is that you eat your full meal, and if it's still raining, go out into the sukkah at the end of the meal when you're all finished and have a good piece of brachala, have a good, not just one slice, have a slice and a half in the sukkah. Okay, so this way we're eating in the sukkah. So hopefully it'll be dry when we have to eat the sukkah. By the way, when we say that this is only the first 2 nights, the rest of Sukkos, even if it's not raining, but what if it's dripping from your spot? You're sitting in the sukkah and it's dripping on you, dripping in your food. That's also considered that you wouldn't eat like that in your home. Therefore, you could go into your house, not have to eat in the sukkah. What about a person who's not feeling well, or an elderly person, to be out in the rain, to be outside in the rain the first night, to hear kiddush and to eat that one thing that they're concerned. They're concerned. So even a person who's a chayla she'ein by sakana, we're not talking about somebody life-threatening, but they're concerned. They don't want to get sick. So here too, there's an issue, but many say we can rely on the leniencies that their exemption is because they wouldn't be in the sukkah under any circumstances as a result of their health. It's a health issue. And if it's a health issue, that will take precedence over the stringencies of trying to follow all the opinions. All right, so let's sum it up now. Murray, you have a question? No, it's raining, you don't say leisha b'sukkah. Stop. If it's raining, you cannot say leisha b'sukkah. If it's dripping, you cannot say leisha b'sukkah. Because according to most of the opinions, we're not obligated. We don't have the mitzvah. We're not fulfilling the mitzvah if it's dripping on us and it's raining. How can you say the bracha? But according to some opinions, you should. So therefore, we're stringent and we go in and we'll eat it, but we can't say the bracha. So again, just to sum up very briefly, raining the first night, want to wait at least an hour. Still raining, make kiddush in the sukkah, eat a kazayas in the sukkah, one slice in the sukkah, then you go back inside. Okay? And you go inside. Stopped raining, you could dry it up, go outside, you could say leisha b'sukkah, but you have to eat another kazayas. That's the first thing. Second night, raining, dripping, you can make kiddush, a motzi, and eat inside. But at the end of the meal, you should go outside in the sukkah and eat something. This way we cover all the things.
First night, raining very hard, lightning really hard. Can you put on rain?
You can put on a raincoat even if it's dripping. You're allowed to wear a raincoat in the sukkah. But you cannot say leishe b'sukkah. You cannot say the bracha leishe b'sukkah if it's raining. Because according to most of the paiskim, this is not fulfilling the mitzvah of sukkah. That's not the mitzvah of sukkah, to eat in the rain. So how can you say the bracha?
Make kiddush.
You make kiddush with shechiyanu, but not leishe b'sukkah. Okay? We're up when you come.